Hey guys, can you tell I've done something to this 57 Chevy truck? Of course you can. I took some brown spray paint and spray painted around through here where I thought it, after 62 years, it might get some rust coming up or scratches, stuff like that. And I've probably overdone it. But my point is, I've got some more paint that I bought at the store. And the young lady at Lowe's was kind enough to let me take the caps off to match the white on this truck. I'm having a heck of a time trying to match everything up. You can see this white is so much brighter than this white is, or this white. So I'm trying to tone it down a little bit. So what I wound up getting out of all the white paints at Lowe's, I got this Krylon Chalky Finish Classic White, and it's the closest, I'm the closest I can get to this color. I don't know why, but I don't know if it's set in a certain position or what, but it's just really hard to match up this white. And I knew when I painted this hood white that it was the wrong shade, but it still looked better than what it was. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt, notice I said attempt, to try to patina this hood to somewhat make it match the rest of the truck. That's the reason I've done this. I've sprayed Rust-Oleum brown on it. I forget what shade, but it's brown, looks kind of like rust on it, on, as I said, on some of the high spots where you think after 62 years of maybe a limb running across it, because I'm sure these old trucks were used on farms and stuff. A truck like this was probably used on a farm or on a business or something, because they run and drive like an old truck. They're not like a car. They ride rough, and they're 62 years old, and it's not something I don't believe somebody would actually go out and buy to go, cross the state or something in. I wouldn't think. So with that in mind, I'm trying to pretend or try to imagine that this truck has maybe had some limbs go across it, hauled feed or whatever, and in the back, this, that, and the other. So I'm trying to keep that aspect of my thinking to apply to this hood right here. So as I said, I got this. I'm supposed to let this cure for 24 hours, this Rust-Oleum. I've got it sitting out in the sun. And it's a little bit windy. I'm not sure I'm going to attempt to put this paint on yet, but I thought I'd show you what I'm doing. And at the same time, I got just a little bit, I mean just a little bit of Penetrol. And I put it right here on a paper towel, just a little, rubbed it right there. And it got real dark. So what I'm going to try to do, if this hood turns out somewhat decent, to kind of match the rest of the truck, I think I'm going to use Penetrol and Penetrol the whole truck, just everything on it, and kind of give it that little bit of a shiny look, and preserve it at the same time. These doors, my wife said something about really painting this whole big section of white, but I don't know. I might and I might not. That might be somewhat of a challenge to make it kind of look like it's been that way on the truck the whole time. This old door and this fender too, it's had chicken wire and everything else trying to hold it together, and it's not much. It is a door. I'm glad to have it, but it's not much. But then again, it is 62 years old. I can't say nothing. I don't know its story other than it sat in the field for a long time in Alabama, and just set out in the field, and I don't know how many years it sat out in the field before anybody finally decided they was gonna, rescue it, and finally decided to get it out of the field. And that's all I know about the truck. My buddy at Tim Dixon at Gas Axe Garage is the one that found the truck in Alabama sitting in the field, and he called me and asked me if I'd be interested in it. And I know I've said this before, I believe, but anyway, he brought it home, and I went down there one day after work, and I just bought the truck. Of course, it didn't look this good, and I know you're laughing about that, but no, it didn't look this good when I got it. It's had a whole lot done to it just to get it to this point. But anyway, I'm just trying to imagine what it would look like with Penetrol on it. Anyway, getting back on the hood, I just painted it white. And if you recall, when I first got this truck, it had orange and black and all kinds of mismatched colors on it, and I just painted it a solid white. But I just had one can of white spray paint, and I done it in a hurry. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of a better job. But I'm mainly doing this for myself to see before and after pictures, so just kind of bear with me, I guess. I'm hoping this will all play out and look pretty good when we get done with it. Okay, appreciate you watching the video. If you're interested in this, maybe tomorrow or the next day, I might hit it pretty hard again and see what I can come up with. Appreciate you watching the video. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up and a share and leave a comment. Yeah, that's it. Okay, hey, appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. I'm having an awesome day, and I just love playing around with old cars and old trucks. And I'll see you later.